Hello and welcome to the online review on the Vision Australia Radio Network, coming to you from the lands of the Wurundjeri people. Thanks for your company this hour. I'm joined by Rodney Garnier. My name is Loughlin Patrick, and we're going to bring you some stories from online news and information sources in Australia and around the world. So on today's program, we'll be covering that earthquake in Myanmar that also affected Bangkok in Thailand. We'll hear more about that a little bit later. More than 63,000 homes lost power in the outage caused by the fire, according to energy suppliers Scottish and Southern Electricity Networks. About 150 people were evacuated from surrounding properties. The Met Police has said that counter-terrorism officers were leading inquiries, but are not treating the incident as suspicious. Miliband said he has commissioned the investigation to understand any wider lessons to be learned on energy resilience for critical national infrastructure, both now and in the future. NESO, which operates Britain's electricity grid, is expected to report to the power regulator Ofgem and the government in 6 weeks with its initial findings. Nearly 1,400 flights were disrupted by the airport's closure, according to air traffic website flightradar24.com. Around 120 flights were diverted elsewhere. Separately, Heathrow has announced a review of the airport's response to the power outage, and its crisis management plans will be undertaken by former Transport Secretary Ruth Kelly. The airport said it was open and fully operational on Saturday morning, but the chaos has raised questions about the resilience of the major transport hub. Let's stay with that earthquake. This article, Desperate Search for Survivors, continues in Bangkok high-rise collapse from 7.7 quake by Britt Clennett and Bill Hutchinson for the American Broadcasting Corporation ABC News US on the 31st of March. A desperate search for survivors continued Sunday from a collapsed high-rise building that was under construction in Bangkok, Thailand, to the rubble of ancient buildings in neighbouring Myanmar, as a series of powerful aftershocks from Friday's 7.7 magnitude earthquake made it precarious for rescuers digging through debris, officials said. The death toll in the Bangkok metropolitan region rose to 18 on Sunday, according to government officials. In Myanmar, the epicentre of Friday's earthquake, at least 1,644 people were dead and another 139 were officially missing. At least 3,408 people were injured in Myanmar alone, officials said. Putin agreed last week to Trump's proposal for Russia and Ukraine to stop attacks on each other's energy infrastructure for 30 days. But that narrowly defined ceasefire was soon cast into doubt, with both sides reporting continued strikes. A large-scale Russian drone attack on Kiev overnight killed at least 3 people, including a 5-year-old child, causing fires in high-rise apartment buildings and damage throughout the capital, Ukrainian officials said on Sunday. Meanwhile, Russian authorities said on Sunday that their air defences had destroyed 59 Ukrainian drones, targeting the country's southwestern regions, adding that the strikes had killed 1 person in Rostov. Tens of thousands of supporters have taken to the streets in more than a dozen cities, sometimes clashing with riot police and facing water cannons, even in conservative strongholds such as Erdogan's hometown of Rize. The protesters turned out despite bans against demonstrations imposed since Imamoglu's detention and attempts to limit broadcasting of the popular anger. Erdogan's backlash against the opposition comes after the CHP's unexpectedly convincing victories in cities nationwide in the municipal elections of 2024, even in districts that had long been strongholds for the ruling AK party. In a stark warning to the protesters of the possible consequences of their actions, Erdogan described the demonstrations as, quote, street terror. It's just coming up to 1 o'clock here in Melbourne, 10 in the morning in WA. A reminder of our top stories: an Indigenous AFL player from a high-profile family has died of a heart attack at 42. Rescue efforts are continuing in both Myanmar and Thailand after a 7.7 magnitude earthquake that killed more than 1,600 people. And Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton are hitting the election campaign trail for the first full week of campaigning. It's currently 20 degrees in Melbourne, 19 in Adelaide, 26 in Perth, and in Darwin already a scorching 31 degrees. You've been listening to the online review on the Vision Australia Radio Network, coming to you from the lands of the Wurundjeri people. Thank you for your company this hour.